Hello and welcome. In this video, I'll be revitalizing an original DMG Game Boy. Stay tuned to see how this old crusty Game Boy gets a second life. This video is not intended to be a tutorial, although you could follow along. The new parts I decided to include are a 2.5-inch drop-in IPS screen kit, a drop-in USB-C rechargeable battery, and a glass screen cover. The links to everything I use will be in the description. I'll keep the talking to a minimum, only adding commentary when I feel it adds to the video. These battery terminals had some serious corrosion. A few days ago, I had already cleaned them with white vinegar and isopropyl alcohol to see if this Game Boy was even functional. Our first step would be to disassemble and clean the shell of this Game Boy. I initially weakened the glue with isopropyl alcohol, then I used a flathead screwdriver to remove it from the shell. Step 2 was to start assembling the front fascia and motherboard, including the screen. I added a piece of scotch tape on the volume wheel to prevent shorting of the motherboard. I made a few mistakes in my upcoming assembly. If you're doing this yourself, make sure to attach the speaker and install it before you lay the motherboard into the case. The ribbon cable was the most challenging part of this assembly. I recommend you install the ribbon cable to the new IPS motherboard. Make sure to do that first, and then install it into the original motherboard second. I took the original Game Boy out of its shell to give myself an easier access to the ribbon cable port. The third step was reassembly. I had to make sure everything went back together properly. the screen went in successfully. I will say, for a first try, and without much instruction, I think it went pretty well. The screen is slightly tilted, but I can't be bothered to fix it. I played with the console for about 10 or 15 hours in the following period of time while waiting for the battery to arrive. To install the rechargeable battery, we have to remove the battery terminals that are inside the Game Boy. The only ones that should remain are the ones attached to the motherboard. The others are simply held in with friction into prong. In summary, I think this went incredibly well. This is the first time I've done any sort of modifications in this nature. At this point, I've had a decent amount of time to form my opinion on the screen, and personally, I love it. Considering you don't have to modify your shell or solder a speaker to the motherboard, the install was very beginner friendly. You get multiple presets to choose from, and you can save over any of them with your own desired configuration. The screen gets incredibly bright. I find myself playing with minimum brightness. The links for all the music used is in the description. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and comment on the video. I have plans of restoring a Nintendo 3DS. Subscribe to stay up to date and make sure you don't miss any following videos.